Normally, capacity at Tropicana Field is just a tiny 25,000, and they seldom come close to filling it. But for this postseason game, they've opened up some 10,000 additional seats, and those here have come to roar for Game 3 of this ALDS.
The Astros had the best run differential in the major leagues, plus 280 against their opposition, in the course of going 107 and 55. As recently as April of 2017, Charlie Morton's career record was 26 games under 500. George Springer to start it against him. He hit 39 home runs this year. Swings on the first pitch, bounces it to Adames at short, and there's the first out. Hoping there'll be another one tomorrow. A drive to center field. Kiermaier goes back. He goes way back to the wall, and it's gone. Jose Altuve, who took Tyler Glasnow deep in Game 1 in Houston, does it again against his old mate Charlie Morton, and it's 1-zip Astros.
He just gets the barrel of the bat to the ball. He's only struck out 66 times this year.
But he strikes out here. They'll have to throw to first to make it official. And he walks it. A little bouncer to the left side. Diaz fields, throws, and it gets away. Scooting for third is Bregman. Alvarez is on his way to second. Lots of foul territory here. Bregman with a wide turn as G-Man Choi fires to the plate. And the Astros have runners at second and third on a ball that could have ended the inning.
You know, he's not competing at the highest level. It's just a feel, and it's a release point that he has to adjust a little bit.
Third full count of this first inning, and the 31st pitch for Morton is a curveball popped up. Brandon Lau makes the catch on the Altuve homer. The Astros take a 1-0 lead. They leave 2, and the Rays come up down 2-0 in the series and 1-0 in the game. Austin Meadows got his final regular season average up to 291 with 33 home runs with a huge September in his 16th big league season. Started with the Royals, won a Cy Young for them in 2009, then the Brewers, the Angels, the Dodgers, the D-backs, and then midway through this season on to the Astros. And he finishes Diaz off in a hurry.
He owns the strike zone, doesn't he, Joe? You saw that strikeout to walk ratio.
They added Michael Brantley. They went after Greinke. They went after Presley and Osuna to bolster their bullpen.
To ask, what do you see off this guy? How do you hit this guy? And I thought that was interesting.
Down to third base, Bregman. Across the diamond. Gurriel stays on the bag. That retires Pham. And the Rays go in order in the first. After one, looking for the sweep.
Pitchers love that.
The 2-2 to Correa. Got him looking. And he walks him.
Yeah, that's a... Walks are never good, but that's a bad walk.
It's an interesting rule, that's for sure.
Well, by that definition, there should be no such thing as a check swing.
I agree.
And Reddick is punched out. Third strikeout for Morton.
Well, the grass is not as important as it was back in the day.
It would be to Greinke.
Avisail Garcia whistles one into center field. It drops for a base hit. The first of the afternoon for the Rays. Oh, 0-1 to Brandon Lau. Slow bouncer. Altuve charges. Takes the sure out at first, with Garcia taking second.
There's a lot of weapons to go to.
And he hits d'Arnaud. Greinke's 2-1 pitch. A high drive to deep right center field. Back goes Reddick. Back near the wall. It is out of here. Well, he knew what to do with the bat that time. So much for the good field little hit label. A 3-run homer that puts the Rays in front 3-1.
These Rays hitters have hit balls off their front leg and been on the DL.
A shot to right center. Springer in pursuit. Springer looking up. It's off the wall. Adames on his way to second with a 2-out double.
Kevin Cash has got what he wants, though. He's got a 3-1 lead, and he's got a bullpen that's rested and is very good.
A little check swing. Greinke is on it. He's won 4 Gold Gloves. Easy play for him. Shovels it over to Gurriel, and that's that. But before all is said and done, in the Rays' second, they scored 3 times on the 3-run blast from Kevin Kiermaier. And after 2, the Rays trying to stay alive and force at least a game 4.
Outstanding starter for the Rays. Definitely their ace all year long.
Altuve hits one off his fist, but it's well placed. It lands safely. He's on his way to second, and there'll be no play on him. He's in with a leadoff double. A homer and a double for Altuve. He gave the win correctly to Charlie Morton.
Well, he went 4 innings and gave up 1 run, but he beat the Yankees.
Through the middle. No chance at second base. Altuve gets back, and the throw to first retires Brantley.
Well, that's heads-up base running by Altuve. It's almost like when you're on first.
And Morton strikes Bregman out. Here comes Morton's 70th pitch of the afternoon. A called strike 3. Altuve began the inning with a double. He's left at second base, and after 2.5. They averaged 97 losses, finished last 9 out of 10 seasons. As Meadows tips it back into Chirinos' glove and becomes a strikeout victim for the 2nd time this series by those 3 great teams. 8 losses in the World Series. Only the Orioles in 70 won it. Pham strikes out, 2nd of the inning.
And that's when they roll over it. So that's why they're played the way they are.
The 2-2 pitch. He jolts one to right. It sends Reddick back and turns him into a spectator. Ji-Man Choi makes it 4-1 Tampa Bay.
But he's made some mistakes that have led to home runs, and the Rays getting 4 runs.
Garcia singled his first time. He rolls it down to third. Bregman fields and throws him out. But on the solo homer by Ji-Man Choi, the Rays take a 4-1 lead as we move to the
great bullpen pieces to go and mix and match.
Hit toward the hole and through for a leadoff single. And this is the Doosan ALDS telecast on.
Fair foul. He didn't move for the box.
And he strikes him out. That's 6 for Morton. Gurriel with a modest lead at first. And strikeout number 7 for the afternoon for Charlie Morton, his 2nd in this inning. With the assist on the last out in Game 7 at Dodger Stadium. The first was 2008, the ALCS against the Red Sox. And more importantly, Lau sends one deep to left center field, and yet again, it's a Rays home run. Forget about what happened in the past. Right here and now, it's their 3rd home run of the game, and they're up 5-1.
Problematic for a finesse guy than a power pitcher.
Comes back to fan Kiermaier. 2 out, nobody on the 3-2 pitch. And a 2-out walk for Adames.
And Hinch has seen enough. Rondon is in the postseason for the 5th consecutive season. The last 2 with the Astros, 3 times before that with the Cubs. A little bloop into center field that drops for a hit. 2 on with 2 out. So here's Wade Miley, who overall had a very fine season. Went 14-6. 2 on, 2 out on the 2-1 pitch. In the air to center field. Back goes Springer. Way back to the track. It's over his head and against the wall as the Rays pour it on. 2 runs are going to score. And they're up 7-1.
He plays deeper, but you're going to see it's a ball that's up in the zone. Turns one way, turns the other way, and by that time it's too late.
And now it's Pham who goes the other way, possibly producing another run. The play at the plate, safe. Primary concern, if it's any concern at all. Garcia hits one to short. Fielded there by Correa. The flip to Altuve for the force. But the Rays send 9 men to the plate, and 4 of them score. And after 4, it's 8-1 Tampa Bay.
You know, I would think about using Glass now tomorrow.
Strikeout number 8 as he freezes Altuve. And he strikes Brantley out. The 9th K he's put in the book. Strides off after the top of the 5th, leading 8-1. And he's qualified for the victory. He texts his buddy.
Yeah.
The next thing you know, it spreads like wildfire. The shift is on. What a great play by Correa. He bounces it over there, and he's out.
Wow.
Oh, my gosh. It got over there on several bounces, but Lau is retired. Tough to find a space with the shift on. Lau almost did, but Correa denies it.
For sure. Maybe 2. And if Garrett Cole goes on this run for 4 or 5 years, probably 3.
A little topper by Kiermaier, fielded by Miley, who shovels it over to Gurriel, and it's a 1-2-3-5. But after extolling all the virtues of the Astros, nobody's unbeatable. Rays lead it 8-1.
More than Ottavino?
Yes, he does.
Wow.
According to the numbers.
Because Ottavino's like a slider throwing machine.
They will let him face Alvarez.
Bregman with a base hit. He's now 1 for 2 with a walk. Flash with some of their trades and free agent acquisitions. Line drive, base hit. Bregman around second. He'll make it to third. Alvarez stumbles a little bit as he heads for second base himself, but he's in with a double. Started to say that these Astros have made the big bold-faced moves, and the 1-2 pitch to Gurriel. A chopper toward the middle, and it gets through. It'll score 2, and it's an 8-3 game. Single, double, single. 2 runs home, nobody out.
Well, you're never out of the woods when you face these Astro hitters.
1 on, 1 out, 2 runs home, and the 1-2 pitch. Struck him out. Whole bunch of sliders, then a 93-mile-per-hour fastball up and in. This is his rookie season out of the University of Louisville, where he was a true 2-way player. Terrific first baseman and pitcher. In fact, the 1-2 to Aledmys Diaz is skied into shallow right. In comes Garcia to call and make the catch. The Astros score 2. They leave 1. And after 5.5, it's 8-3 Rays.
Right? Yeah. You know, because
Guys want to play the guy.
Yeah.
Here's a high drive to deep left field off the bat of Adames, and he goes yard. Well, earlier in the game, we made a point that is valid. The two guys at the bottom of the order, Kiermaier and Adames, are prized more for their defense than their offense. They have each homered in this game. Adames, in fact, has added a double.
And I was in the clubhouse for quite a while today.
In left field, a chance right away for Diaz. It was hit right at him, and he tucks it away.
And just talking with some of the guys, 1951 at Dunfield in Elmira, New York.
We'll check on that, but I have a feeling you're right. Tommy Pham is thrown out by Alex Bregman. So after the inning opening homer by Willie Adames, Miley retires the next 3. And after 6, it's a 9-3 game. Where am I? Oh, I traded G-Man Choi. You see, I get distracted talking to you guys between
baseball.
innings. Don't turn over the scorecard. And I traded G-Man Choi from the Rays in the middle of the game to the Astros.
Handed hitters because of all the splits that he throws, but it's another guy from the Rays that has been with a number of different clubs, came over here and has found success because they know how to use his stuff.
A ground ball to the left side. It's Duffy who picks it up. The only infielder on the left side of the diamond. And he throws Brantley out.
They love G-Man Choi.
Yeah, they were chanting G-Man Choi, G-Man Choi, but he didn't come through for them that time.
You got to step out, get them out of their rhythm.
I hated that.
That's a fair ball. Long throw for Bregman. And it pulls Gurriel off the bag. So Garcia reaches.
I'm going to throw him underneath him.
Yeah.
Or try.
Lau ropes one into right for a base hit. Garcia wheels around second, makes it to third without a play. Runners at the corners with 1 out. Following surgery to repair a ruptured Achilles tendon that cost him the first half of the season.
It looked like he had started to slow down.
In the air to right. Brantley, edge of the track for the catch, but it'll bring a run home as Garcia tags and scores. It's 10-3.
Faced the franchise. They traded him December 2017, and a few months later they locked up Kevin Kiermaier to a 6-year contract.
He pops out to end the inning, but to finish up Tom's point, Kiermaier is the only player remaining on the roster from the last time prior to this year that they made it to the postseason when they went as a wild card in 2013. Rays in the process of getting off the mat and making a series out of this. Up 10-3 in the 8th. Oliver Drake in his second inning of work fans Bregman. He's faced 4 hitters. He's retired them all.
Castillo.
You're going to see it.
Alvarez rolls one to the right side. Is there a play from all that distance? No, there isn't. Couldn't throw him out from somewhere near Sarasota. The 2-2 is popped into shallow right. Garcia calls, and that's that for the Astros in the 8th. So I've heard and observed. Bottom of the 8th, Willie Adames jumps on the first one, stings it into center for a leadoff hit. Adames has a single, a double, a home run, and a walk.
The first couple innings with all those pitches, and as Charlie did in the wild card game, and Kevin said, hey, he's a veteran, he's going to get through.
He didn't display much emotion. A line drive to right that drops for a base hit. Adames stops at second. Duffy has his second hit of the game. 2 on, nobody out. So after a big win for the LCS was a best of 5. Became a best of 7 in 85. Altuve flips to Correa. They get 1. On to first, a double play.
Yeah, Durham was in the AAA championship game.
It was released by clubs, and now you're in the playoffs, and they're chanting your name. I mean, that's perseverance.
Strike 3. Choi thought he might have had the walk. Instead, he's punched out. Or there's a travel day, and they go back to Atlanta and/or Los Angeles. It's already down 6-2 in game 1 of this series. A little pop back to second base, and retreating to take it is Lau. This copyrighted telecast.
Sharp gave up a home run. Zack Greinke threw like 9 pitches in the first inning.
Diaz fans, and the Astros are down to their last out, and the attendance has to be pretty close to that 35,000. And they were loud from the start. A fly ball to right. Garcia takes it. Poche works a 1-2-3 ninth. And the Rays get back in the series, defeating Alex Bregman and the Astros 10-3.